Hi guys, this is English 1A and I am Dan, and the purpose of this video is to talk you through the process of creating a blog. We're going to be blogging a lot for the rest of this session. Basically, it's going to be a really integral part of the writing that you do for this class, and the blog is going to serve as an online portfolio of sorts. It's a place where you can put all the writing you do for this class. The reason I'm creating the video is because sometimes people get lost. You might not need it. If you try it on your own, go to WordPress, create a site, and it works perfectly, that's great. You didn't need the video. But for those of you that come into a few problems, that will happen. Sometimes the site picks on people for reasons I cannot explain. And so I want to show you step by step how you can go through and actually create a blog on WordPress.com, and then we're going to refer to that for the rest of the class, basically. So here's how it works. All right, so here we are on my iPad. You've got a few options here, actually. If you're on a PC or a Mac or a computer of any sort, you can just go to the website. Just go to wordpress.com and you can sign up that way. You can also download the app. So if you're on an iPad, a tablet, or if you're on your phone, you can just use the app. Really easy way to do it. I'm going to show it to you as if you're on a computer so that you can see what the website looks like. But the process is essentially pretty much the same. All right, so you start by going online and then going over to, let's start a new screen here, WordPress.com. There it is, which will take you to their front page. And you got a couple of choices, log in or get started. You click on get started if you don't have one already. They are going to ask you for a valid email address, not because they're going to spam you, but because they need you to prove that you're a real person and not some sort of spam bot that's going to take over an account. So put in a real address. It doesn't matter which address you use as long as it's a real one that you can get into. So if you want to use your normal one, your everyday email, if you want to use your school one, it really doesn't matter. You can put anything in there. I think for our purposes, I'm going to make one up because I already have one and it won't let me do another it won't let me use that address more than once. So there's my fake address. There's my fake name. And there is my fake password. Click on the button, create your account. Now this is kind of the tricky part. You have to tell them what your address is going to be, basically. All right, so it's going to be, normally it's going to be blankety blank blank .wordpress.com. You have to make up the blankety blank blank, right? You're going to be stuck with .wordpress.com unless you want to pay money, and for this we do not want to pay money. So you just have to make up the front part. Some people try to use their name, or they try to make up a clever title, or maybe whatever the blog is going to be about, which, by the way, is totally up to you. It's your blog and you have complete control over it. I find one of the easiest ways, because there's so many people on WordPress already, like millions upon millions of people, they've taken all the obvious addresses already. So you might have to get really clever here. I find if you just take a couple of random words and put them together, not only is it easy for people to type in, but chances are it's probably still available. So if, for example, if I was to put giant purple guitars, what you'll see is they're trying to sell me something, basically. I could have giantpurpleguitars.com if I wanted to, but I don't really need that. They try to upsell you, basically, but if you scroll down a little bit and look right here, giantpurpleguitars.wordpress.com, that's the free one, okay? That's the one we're looking for. If it shows up down here and it says free, that means it's available. Nobody has taken it and I can use this. If this does not show up, that means it's been taken. So that means you got to go back to the drawing board. Okay, go back up here and add a number or change a word or alter it, edit it until it comes up as something that people have not already spoken for, basically. So that's it. Giantpurpleguitars.wordpress.com. wordpress.com is going to be my address. So I'm going to hit select right next to where it says free. It's really important you click on this one, not these, because then they're going to charge you for it. Now again, see all these options that come up? They're still trying to sell me something because they are a business. Hidden up here in the right corner, it says start with a free site. That's the one you actually want. So click on that one. Ignore all these. Just click there. Takes a couple of seconds. And now they're going to ask for some questions about the blog. Okay, they want me to categorize it basically. You don't have to do this part, but what the heck, I'm gonna write and publish. That's what I'm doing. Categories. How about education? I'm a teacher. Continue. You can give it a name if you want, which gives people a way to search for it, an easier way to search for it. You can also give it a tagline, but you don't have to. I'm going to skip those. Now, once you're in, I'm going to skip these other steps because they're not that important anymore. I'm going to skip to the dashboard. The dashboard is what comes up as soon as you sign in. So this is what you should see once you create the site. And from now on, every time you go back to wordpress.com and sign in, this is what it should look like. They try to make it pretty user-friendly, and most of these things you could ignore, okay? We're going to try to keep this as simple as we can, so don't make it any more complicated than you need to or want to. Keep it simple. One thing you might want to try, though, just for fun, is if you click on Appearance right here, you can change the theme, and they have some really nice professional-looking themes. These, for example, as long as it doesn't have dollar signs at the bottom, it means it's free. So you can use these for no charge at all. I like them. They make the sites look really nice, really professional, so that people actually want to read them. So that's one thing you can do. Click on some of these, see what they do, try it out. If you don't like it, you can try another one. The point is you don't have to stick with the default one that's just blue and white and boring to look at, right? But once you've played around with it for a little while, this little button right here where it says write and there's a little quill right there, if you click on that, there it is. This is how you're going to create your blog. This is how you're going to add to the blog every time class meets, basically. All right, I'm going to get rid of this guy here. Your title goes right there. Call it whatever you want. And when you're actually writing, that just goes right here, right? Blah, 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 blah. There's my blog. When you're done, that's funny. When you're done, you have a couple of choices. You can either hit publish, which means the entire world can read it. But if you're not ready to publish, then you can save as a draft. But definitely click one of those. Otherwise, it's not going to save it. And that's really important. This thing will save your work, okay? It's online, so it's always safe. So you don't have to worry about losing it. When you're ready, click on one of these guys. I'm going to go ahead and hit publish. And then it asks you, are you sure? And I say, yep, publish. And there it is. It's official. The world can now see this wonderful blog entry that I just created. That's how it's going to work each time. Almost every class is going to start with a blog subject. Okay, I'm going to give you a prompt. And it's going to cover all kinds of different subjects. A lot of them will tend to be personal questions. And the reason is I want you to be able to get personal with your writing. That's where a lot of the best writing comes from, right? So that's the point of the blog. If you've got any questions about creating this thing, if anything goes wrong, make sure you let me know, okay? And don't feel pressure about this. I don't want this to be any more difficult than it has to be. It should be simple. And ideally, it should be fun. I want you to have some fun with the writing that you do in this class, basically. So that's what this is, and this is what I want you to do, okay? I'm keeping the first assignment pretty simple. I just want you to go online and see if you can create a blog. And then I'm going to actually give you a subject, okay? And I'm going to write this again in the actual description of the assignment. If you go on to Canvas and go to week 1, this will be listed as the very first assignment. You'll see it there, all right? And the assignment is once you create a new space to write, there it is. That's what I want you to answer me, okay? In a blog post. So not only are you going to turn this in to me, you're also going to post it as a blog. And we'll talk about turning it in later. For now, I just want you to write it down and get it posted on the blog. I do have one stipulation here, okay? This isn't an essay and this isn't free form writing, at least not this time. It's a paragraph. I want you to write me one paragraph, not three, not an essay, just one paragraph answering that prompt. And I'm obviously talking about you, not me. What kind of writer are you, okay? You can answer this question any way you want to, as long as it sticks to the prompt. So if you want to tell me how you feel about your writing, if you want to tell me what kind of writing you like to do, if you want to tell me whether or not you even like to write, and if you don't, that's okay. Be honest. You're not going to hurt my feelings, right? I just want to know what your relationship with writing, but I also want to know what you know about paragraph writing. That's really important because it's a starting point for us in this class. I want to know what you know about writing a paragraph. So you're going to click down here and you're going to start answering that question. I'm blah, 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 right? One paragraph. Everything you know about the structure of a paragraph, put that into this guy right here. And then when you're ready, save it or publish it. Either way, okay? The main thing is you've got it saved online. And that is pretty much it, okay? That is the assignment for today. We'll talk more about how the class is going to work over the next couple of days. For now, I just want to get you familiarized with the Canvas site and with WordPress because we're going to be using these extensively for the remainder of this course. And that's pretty much it, guys. So again, if you got questions, let me know. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. Take it easy.